was on from Akwaba Validity TV, so you're from me, Isaac Dazi. As usual, and then we PMO, law firm, Judy said their faces are not new to the Ghanaian people because Umudin Sema Keshe, or Mam Ghana. And my imagine said, Momba didn't know na ye educate on Kakra. Na Ghana for us, I will be some questions for somebody can just DM me, ask me how about the will. Madisa Bushapen in Sako can, Bushapen say Yakatan and Nim Lumba can, and the will I see MBs in the Barnes and Okumus or see and Catan and Nim this year. And he many news were how he will take us through the processor. Say at a padie and nay will I ye and so be a female. Many lawyer Bill Graham Akomea. On the year, the managing partner for Akomea and Associates, yes. Lawyer Kesiapa, over 10 years experience at the bar. And Yasem Kuma. In the he will take us through the world, no, I teach you much. Say, in case he say, Maame Akosua Serwaa Fosu, Papa B. We body dear and Mamma Musukaka. Wami, who shall me a michao? Aha. Now say, be our remedy be obit me a fast war. This is a pro bono, an ambwa. I have Sana Mokano. Now with me, of our Quanya Wilson, or also so, what you made Eddie Amaye. Lawyer, I am more quite head by the TV so.
I just mean,
Apomwe.
I Yadom, baby Aboko, Monswe.
Yamiado, who said, and I watch your white, I know who cocotana.
As usual, Eddie said you need story of quite from the story. A cocotte.
And yet, I was an young one 70 by we will never be Lumba name. Akosua Serwaa interstate names I will know. Mr. Say, Bebrina a cancer court in summer call year call year by say a Japadintra. Japadians will the Biaka. Enti Emranum for the Biamuko court could this answer in some way. You can say, well, a day.
Yo, Medasi, a can't well. Bekan insamansew se obitiase na obehihye kwan a daache so ni ho a ye befa so ache ne japade tie wano no se wo ye wajapade wo behihye ade agu krata so kwan a ofese o che wajapade de opese o de mano ene se opese o se che no no ene e friend se wa ye wo just wa ye insamansew se wa choro agu krata so daache ni ho a ye no ene de be che wajapade
and any actually say process ben e di faso a itmidi
de mrane ehwe nyina ne say wo no e wo say ya twere bonikasa e be kasa it has to be in writing enti wontimi mfa wa no nka say daache mewu a ye nche majapade we ni ne afa ne say ye wo da bi e wo say ya twere
okay
na ye wo ekwan a ana ye wo because be kan say element no ma bi o say wo ye abema wo na dimu de di kan wo ye wo no o say wo ye obi a won fie no emra ne gitum say wo betimi aye wo aha ye hwe emra no mukura na ka o should be about 21 years and sana watimi own property something like say ejapade ya media per se enti o so onya sa age no na ejapade be na also timidi ye wo ejapade bia obi pese obi also media me twen na masimi fie awie ansan my wo me twen na wato me car me dream car da bi se bi de o wa ne mobile phone kura na otimidi ye wo ma ne ye
okay
ontade a o hye kura no otimidi ye wo ma sa da chime ntoma bi egu ba bi ni pass me na pesam de ma na o ye wo na se me ka so se wo twere no wo twere a e wo se wo a wa twere wa ye wo no wo sign ana wo team
okay
ewo adansefo anim
okay
enti wontimi ntena kokoa mu na won tworo bibi se opese ye no na emfanche ojapade na wa won sign wa bra danse anim enti no se adanseni se wa na wo sign a at least o se adanseni ba akon ana ebu ho nso na se bia bibi nti wontimi sign ada se ebia yare nti wontimi kura mpagya won sign ana ebi kura kokromoti adu team no sabi yetwa enti bibie no obi betimi aya ama na nipa no o ya ama no oso ye no wo wanim ene andansefo at least mienu anim
okay
no munya da che dia danse sampa omo ye ma wo na ma won kwan so onye na e wo se wo ne mu nso no wo bo nipa bia ye from brofo kasem executives omo adwuma ne se da che oni ho am na ombegina wanam no makoji tumi krata free court na mo de ache kwajapade no ki basically no wo no nya ade a so complicated. However, because one nye ni ye so obebrego because obebrego bu ho ha e bia wo good intentions so person chene japade but now so one farm na kwan so one nye nti no that you owu a na nipa bia se bi omo wo chefa na japade mu sori no mo tia wo na etimi bogu ti se be ya unko so fa se woni ho na ebe bo wo lagu nam se am farm na kwan so na o fa lawyer be bo anu atro no na kwan mu pepepe
into one ka se one e bia most of the people are educated kakra no nim how is it on say betumi afa pen paper
yes
actually abra lawyer bia ni ho
wa betumi de hia ne se obeye no mra kwan so
my counsel
na America no say enye se wo tro keke ye wo mra kwan so ye the American dey kan it has to be in writing so wa tro ye to so me no wa wo tro o ye wo no kra no e wo se wo ye obi a wo do in fear mra no agitum ye to so me so ye sound mind enye sabi obi a onim de oye oso oye obi a wadwemu fine sabi wadwemu nka onye minor aha de toso onso so no ajapade na wo ye ho wo no ese ye wa wo dia abrofocus and can self acquire
okay
obusu ajapade ontimi fancha wo ma nye
okay
ontimi nka se abusu ajapade bi a obegu na wo be che kwan wo be che ana wo be chere kwan emfa so nche da bi I will say wo self acquired property enti saa no man ketenkete technical legal issues nti na bia obehia lawyer na nyesa anya chinchina ma lawyer anya ma ba se dem kan no you don't want to risk the situation say uni ho never ball will go because one family kwansa na one anya no say dem mra no esie because say your ball no go there and na aban mra your friend PNDC law 111 and they be change apade no
okay
and also there mra no na ache ye dem mra no na be change fenchem
bana wanya ebe de no hunu se majapade bi wo benkum na se nimfanti PNDC 111 no e hye se wenji wana se wenji ebe de na court na hunu se nimpa no fi mu no wo japade bi wo Kumasi Accra Tamale bi London UK
so bi wo a na men kan se wanya japade wanya wola ye wo senem kan PNDC law na e kire nipa me bebo wondin e na emra no e ma won tumi se onkoji tumi krata bi e friend on letters of administration ti member so obewu na wanya wola se ye bema na ire se oba nso so anekunu a otiase ne ma de odi de wawu na de ena na wofo
se bi omotiase a
omotiase enti se nipa no wo spouse ayere anayekuna ana ne ma ana de odi de wawu na de of course be kan customer successor
okay
ena nipa na wo nse na wofo tiase tite me kan no ne nua no nka ho abusuan panyin nka ho za nipa yi ena ye kan in order of priority the kind order of priority ena medical kan no nti za nipa yi timi court na waye krata bi e fe no application so court ma on to me e fe no letters of administration sa krata o de koji letters of administration e twa ntia kan no ele no o se o list nipa na wawu no na japade o ja no wiase enti eye wo a wo koji sa ele no wo na obema court ahunu nipa na japade a o ja ati enti wo na obe list se o dan ba ko wo pantema o car ne number yesei o tuo o sei obe list ni nyina na ye the value atoso cause the value to so a emra no say also otua to tax aban bejo eto na eto no ye calculate no percentage of the total estate aha and 2 years are no man nkrata we na obekire TNT echese nipa na wo because any asipen so obeti asepa so na Japade echene na pade obi akoko so wawu and the nei court na very very critical particular about that also to be convincing court say nipa na wo okay you know the easiest way and the best way so be use death certificate
okay
and answer barrier permit mostly sa no ma me ni and edi adanse say nipa na wo ntu ye sa no ma we nyina na say o de sa krata no ekoto court anim na ye frasem na court hwem na say ogituma na wa maw efre baby notice wa ye krata akọbọ baabi a na nipa ne te otimi ye no obi a se yemfa akọbọ obi a na otwe miensa ana na otwe mienu na yemma wiase nyina nte se nipa asmesi awu na nipa asmesi so person okoji tu bi krata ti wa o ti wo bibi a enu ntufo se ejina so de man na enye yie no be catch record samre no so na obi a mekan ya na court na issue early na efe no letters of administration no to nsaka ye no the PNDC law no na ebeche tell them kan mra na che no depending on nipa oja won akiri ada say no waware no owo mma na owo maame no na awofo no etiase ana say nabusuan free mu ene ye wabusuan modi enade ene ajade ba brofoka sem fa de ekọ abusuan ho say in accordance with customary law and wabusuan no ada so dey na de na be determine how e be che that aspect no and you know say what the early no unya say early ne dia ya che no womrenum de di kan ne say ye hwe wo a wo no say wo fie a wo ja fie a
okay
na fie ne ba akopa say fie no ekọ wo yire ana okunu a wo ja ne kire ene o manyina me ka wo manyina because enya wo ma one okunu ana wo yire wo yenko a ma wo ja wo wi ase nyina ebi o ye be ma
wo be 10 ba wo dan wo sie ba akopɛ
abo nyina na eche ebi a one o yire a wo tia ono ne watia wa yem no wo miensa na wo fa eche ko wo miensa kan ho miensa na ko wo na eche no wo ka ho ana wo fa obi se wo ba ama wi ase nyina ho se wo ba no nya wo na wo no wa adopt no ama wo na hwe no nya de no se de ka ho ma ne enti no saa nipa yi eye wo ma ene wo yira na okro ti ase no na be che saa fie se fie ni ye ebro ba ko a na fa se emienu ana miensa emra ne se wo behwema yi ba ko enti otimi yi di ope bia se wo ntimi yi bi dia court no be boa mo na amo yi but wo yi ba ko a na de aka no so no ye wo ratio a ana percentage de che ye fa no se tika famu no ba se achemu dunsia 16
okay
enti se na wo yire ana kunu ene eba eye wo a wo ba se wo yire ana kunu otias na broadcast be kan surviving spousal ye chemu dunsia obeyi miensa oyi miensa na akoka du miensa na du miensa no eye emma na oja wachi no ayi enkono 9 ye ha emma no nya kese chen obia ti manu yi eyi 9 na akoka 4 ti 4 no se wa wo 40 asia wa wo no be mu mienu na mienu aka no e de ama abusuan tushema abusuan ene nya keto apa o
okay
ti wo pese o mo abusuan more than that de na wa ye wa unsamas wa ye wo no wa chere se de ope na se ye ka se emma no benya 9 na most cases no ye channel pepepe jise omo ye below 18 woman mrane say answer na be che no o say make certain special provision for them because omusa
okay
answer na che but yam fan say omo na ya above 18 but o hwe ba ko school wie pa
okay
wan hwe ba ko school emra no nka say wan hwe we nti no obenya kese a chen we but in America is a open penny say dia no wa chen say dey open exactly
we did a very detailed explanation to the but we mean you say your conversation per se me center on something I very interesting Ghana for very interested because we now can say Lumba case here by young combre in your Japade. I am Maame Akosua Serwaa. Of course, there was an intention 2018 or some Jawaria. She listed a couple of properties now requests anka that Lumba had and farmer now and also grant and farmer. And I want us to focus how some of especially the properties involved now listed here ne krata o twerɛ kɔma Lumba the intentions and couple so ni Jawaria.
Okay.
But then bisa say abusa pani kana sembu se omo ye yi no that Lumba ye de veil be kata nanim na or ye bisa no say kwadwo ka to ho se e wo ne will mi se or yara wa ye nto ya owu a yem fa de nkata nanim ho na betimi abie will na no when does it take effect?
Okay.
And it take that stage in family.
Okay.
Na ye hunu say ebi asem o ka no it's either say was it written in the will or ebi a verbal thing or kan.
Okay.
Na say ebi ya twere wo krate no so a punishment bi wo ho a je se bi a wate anu a obi kura nim nti e ho no twechim kakra kire me
yo emra ne say obi free mu a na wo crowd discover so why well e wo ba bia fan say wo hwe ne nyomam ana o tiase no de wo no ma se fato ha immediately obeti se nipa na wu no o say o de go to the nearest high court ebe tu ni hu kwan say obi ano na campus wo hu mu nsem so o de go to the nearest high court ebe na abusua ne ye ready most ya atan hu se de ya na tai sin se ye wie ansa na ya ka na japade ti afansa abusua ne ye ready some person mo che nipa na japade a na mo nim se wa ye wola obetro letter comma court high court or they want to go to it. I'm not say high court na now say a deposit will ewo. Until court otro letter comma high court no. Another simple won nim so ye will another one ye otimi so tro ko busa court ni say the pass mercy free mu. Na no te e bia mantem afo say a share court no jurisdiction mu. And until no upeso busa so ye will na. But where you are certain there otro comma high court registrar na ono so actually I invite nipa ye be kan say oye mremu no otimi enya japade e ma ne yi enya nipa na owo no japade ma ne yi no invite omu nyina abusuafo ni nyina wa sheda no ma ba court sa da no na wate wo na ano awo mu nyina anim no akan mu nsem a kire obi a owie na wa ope copy no na wa je certified copy utua na ama copy ti wo hu nsem nyina awie no obviously ye be bo nipa ye from executors ni din wom ti sa nipa no ena betu anamon akokot akoji 2 million friend probate meka PNDC law no we can say be kwa akoji letters of administration se nipa na anya wola oye wola be kwa akoji probate
okay
we can say letters of administration no nipa obetimi akoji no in order of priority surviving spouse and ma ojan wachiri the odi ade na awofo aha but the fawo no de nipa obetimi akoji probate no aye nipa ya boni din wo so ye executor etumi ba se bia nipa oye executor no be na so no de on pay manso and de on pay how bia nti wonko ye no so nipa no anya eye wona e from beneficiaries ye so ya bon odin so otimi nya japade bia no otimi court no prove che court ne se nipa boni din no on pese obeye anatore bi kura on kan but as we delay otimi court ma court to shene say obekwa akoji ele no friends probate no ana say obere na so probate so okra be ho sakra say on anything interested with the probate application and he say okoji sa 2 million friend probate na you know so say the medical kan no ele no answer na the probate the be man e sa the notice ko bo ba bia nipa neti sometime for 14 or 21 days so after that period no bia metie mu a na ne issue probate na ma na wagina wall ne so e de ache ajapade so dem kan so wanya wo de gina PNDC law 111 ne so boy wo de gina wall ne so enti you can only know the content of the wall bra ya kan wo court ama obia ati enti say yen kan wo court ne so bi ka say onim wo no mu nsem dia the question is oyeden no hu ye if we say court nkwa na otumi say obie wo la no kan na we can only do that ebra nipa no ewu ye no kra no so court ye aware or ye certified say nipa na wu ansa na ebie no wo so enti say busia panyi ka say lumba wo mu no say no kan ya the question e bebusa ne say wo no ye bia no akan ya na jen kan dia no e dey hu it can be speculations so no so na court ya no bi emu dia na ne na committee offense is a man no sa kwan no this a court dey betime bia no ama obi atem nsem enti say wie na nipa no pɛ sɛ ɔkyɛ japade na wokyɛ ne sɛ de wo na yɛ nyinaa wi a sɛ de wode PNC law bɛkyɛ saa na de wo bɛkyɛ obi a ɔyɛ wo wokyɛ wi a no ɔyɛ biribi a frɛ no vesting assent yɛ no ne tumi krata wo a yɛde mmara na hyɛ on sɛ yɛma probate no wobɛyɛ na ɔde ajapade no ama nipa a yɛabɔ ne din wɔ wo no sɛ PNC law nso na wode kyɛn so a wobɛyɛ na ɔde ajapade na ma deɛ PNC law no sɛ yɛmfa ma no woyɛ wi a ansa na nipa na yɛabɔ ne din wɔ wo mu no ajapade na yɛde akyɛ no adi mu free hɔ no na sɛ ajapade na bɛn ne dia kra. Okay. Simple, and this is the procedure of film.
Now let's move on. Now looking at Lumba case here, you can have me. And it is me no can say ebia my yenewi, almost my yenewi. Na say kasomo abusapene bi na market Lumba ye well. A lawyer for kaso or ye well. Okay. Into now no. The day on bet check well. No why say so more. What would din say be a yere money we no be on. Ebi omo che won nese ba ko ni ho a betimi court betimi abie so
obetimi abie so se court no obedi invite so wa amade a ontimi ntwen o
okay
enye abusia pani na be invite nipa so omo mbra me enkotie wo court se dem di kan ona obeba court aya we se nipa semasi wa film na oye wo se court ni film na po ye wo la no invite nti court na be invite wo a wo ko no
na abusia pani kra mo ko che won ko non ko obi
obetimi akọ ebi bodi ebi kra na busia panyi kra na mecho letter no kra court say the passment here won't ni be say you kind of want wo busia panyi kra na bi accord be busa say hwan na invite me ni asebo mu nyina invitation to come and say wo no ya ma invitation na wa ma ye ntwen o but no so nkyere say ya ma invitation na say wo din wo no ma oni right say ajapade de ma baby wo right here de ma.
Okay.
Na ne kura no ebitimi ye no kura say wo no mo kura no oya me ya metaye sa me ye video abra nipa na sign wo na ye kenkan channel no etimi video na dey go pen drive so na dey share envelope na wo no no nti obu o ha na ofo so nipa we kura no bi ne tena baby no o sensan na o tintim ye no ebie na pen drive shema ye bo etimi register etimi ka so mo pa ye fa hwe laptop na computer mo ye hwede ewom wow also here in that you can also get a copy of it na wo no kra nya bibia na ultimately share wo mu ema emra ne ditum emra ne se wu a wo body no wabusua dia ekwan ya befa so aye wayi wabusua de obedi wa de wabusua ne be nti wontimi nya wo nkyere se me wu a me ye ne nya ne se na me wu a me pese mabusua ni besi me yi ase yemfa bibia hwe ma asore nsa emra no agitum enye however etimi ba se abusua no betimi aka se well even though emra mo no agitum enye but we want to respect the wishes of our disease relative.
Okay.
That is allowed. And he said Lumba di oka so owu a yenkate nanim ne ade nyina no it is the family may decide to honor or decide not to honor because everything is at the president of the family.
So that was a penny statement say man for Pasebia is a hearsay and a tune be on a person yes sir.
It could be especially so when there's no evidence say you can't word.
Okay. Because
the question is otin obi ewo no so ana Lumba tia say once so you sue the word world there. It presupposes say onim wo no munsem ene na oye den no hu wo no munsem or copy we feel no tia no na say
lawyers so not representing until be lawyers na a tray will no man be a bit no well ko tray ko ma tray visa until as a lawyer are you also allowed to sometimes disclose the content of the will to a third party?
No, you don't have to. That is why that's why who will be wo no bi wo fie kra oni hu kwan so tia no ebu o ha oye wo mana otimika so Maame ba konfa nkoma me nana na me ba bi mfansie okay say ni pane ni hu kwan so nti wo lawyer no de onya ye wo no wie na esi ne no ano.
So that statement alone can anybody or your family relative take a busapani to court for that specific action or take here?
Yes.
Just to come and explain. Say a hin why na catcher and say could you see who are unfavorable catering. Either saw trail when the woman that's on a penny.
Yes, yes, somebody can question him to prove a hena Lumba kai or can a woman won't know oh yeah then on your copy. And I say because a different say or can say Lumba tiasi and none wishes ne say say yeah. Near person respecting the wishes now. You're not cry then KBA it will make a bit of legal sense. But to say the world move and all status and when there's no evidence say oh no cry no be no near kind on there.
That be but the lawyers na I
doubt if the lawyers will do that because they know that they don't have to do that. And in fact, on can send the lawyers they can catch them. And I will doubt say lawyers never answer because that will also raise a whole lot of issues of confidentiality and other things.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Now, Yemra, because some of this information already public record because they call court public record in Lumba per public record in purchase or 11. Now court is in the year so now 2018 the wife I from Maame Akosua Serwaa Fosu through her lawyers are now from Mesa Associate.
Okay.
Actual letter intention sanka say uja warrior. In that letter no very private letter or trail command ono nko this as case we internet be pia bonten ama obi anya bi e every day. Now we letter no trail command na o state couple of properties be one she requested say and granting a divorce and nanka unfast property in family. But the last part no control say 7 no say take all the remaining properties in Ghana, Germany, and elsewhere. But there's some specific properties be name me me person me boss at the mount. One or say formally and peacefully apply for divorce within 10 days. No say grant her custody of her 2 girls. Determine and monthly allowances sum for the girls. Take care of the education of the 3 girls until they are finished university. Determine alimony for her. Granted the following houses.
Okay. House
at Bohem in Germany. House at Tantra, fully renovated. House at Dome, fully renovated. House at North Legon, fully renovated. 2 plots at Aduatu in Kumasi, and 7 or say take other remaining properties in Germany and elsewhere. That intention was not an actual into me amaso. Right now Lumba every mono. In the world, say be a Lumba trail world. And at these properties all listed here no. Into a quacha world now. Right now no din can worry no 1991. And so supposedly getting married to the second wife in 2010. Team business in check properties now. How are they going to share the properties? Looking very well said. Nempo bi ni Barbara boni fi baby a bedu baby no bi so beto aso. Yem fa enka nsa. Nti ye check property be che ne sen.
That's an interesting question. Interesting in a sense there is what is also in law known as marital property.
Okay.
And this marital property is ajapade a ye na ware mu. And then no Supreme Court decisions be ama ye hu kwan emra no efa so che ajapade a awarefo ebeye aware mu. Now one of the, if you like, fundamental principles in sharing recently, which has been, if you like, further expatiated, and it said there's a presumption say our jointly owned.
Okay.
Unless say parties in your margin say you per se individual will be owning the property. Or ban no betimi atena say me per se japade we me japade wo ha ene de wonka ho. So fuye we wonka ho. It is allowed. But apart from that, japade amobeya there's no, if like, express intention say obi be own separately. The fan say jointly owned. Now say ye decide any year juma there. Na first wife no. first wife no be to me I base on that say in case say wo no let Lumba chair no in such a way say be a japade bi a ono no di kan ne ye ansa na obe ware second wife no or the koma obi a instead of ono anane ma obetimi base on that. Now no cry you see we are waiting for a Supreme Court decision on some of these issues.
Okay.
Especially issues about japade a ebia obi a bema or more than one wife. Our worry or more at different times.
Different times, yeah.
Even a japade oh they sure wo mukra no. Now we need even a Supreme Court decision on that. Only say you can interpret that to mean say o koye wola na wa worry na japade they sure wo mu no. Eye oni oba no na ye aware ase a. Wontimi nya wo no asif say won kwa wo de encha no say de ope.
Okay.
Me can say mo ware no e na moto asase na masi abrosan with say 7 bedrooms. Wontimi nka say wo be ma no wa ma oba no 1 bedroom. E na wa ma obusuan bi a 4 bedrooms. E na wa ma oma bi a 2 bedrooms. Wo cha ne say de ope da bi because oni oba no na ye ti emfa say munna mo dia. Se munna mo dia dia ene wo chefa na obetimi a che. The 7 bedroom na for say we entitled to 3.5 there. And a 3.5 na fashion wo na che because the other 3.5 na there only to me and only was so. Enti obetimi number first wife no betimi use ye no to her advantage. Okay. Say ejapade ono di kan ye ono na ye ya ansa na obeware odobroni na there. Ontumi enche no said the ope if you say enye ono nkwa na there. Impo no Jonu odobroni ye no sabe no so na first wife no ho.
Oh no nja.
Di emfa say nipa miensa na ye say japade no ba ko pentimi mfa no pe enche no say de ope no. And dia na is advisable say so aware na ye japade. Why ye japade wo aware mu. Na nye japade a mutena ase say japade we de me nko a me dia. Enti won ka ho. Na japade a mo ye no aware mu a ye jointly own dia. O ye wo la fa o chefa no na shim. Because I am entitled to have share of a property situated as so and so, and I give that share to so and so person. If you cry out of love, Timika say, "Me wua, me de ma me yere." Obanzu ka say, "Me wua, me de ma be ma." But the point is, to answer your question, is say, first wife no bet me use to advantage. Say, Lumba need to me say, or change japade no anyhow. If say japade no, nyo no kwane dia.
Okay.
Yes.
And to say, ukoshe. Which means from the time on in a warrior 1991 till the data almost your warrior double in 2010, any other properties be or more within that period. The second wife does not have any right or any soever say in case of culture will look and say would be the amana which we are contested. Say no. Yes,
except say them can accept say Lumba ne the first wife no ji to mu say be a japade we die. Menkwa me dia. Me kwam Lumba ne basa bibia say ni ho de a ontimi enka say o che ne say de ope except to say you will be a friendly substantial contribution ebia odobroni be wa na Lumba ye dan no ana wa ye japade be to no so contribute to kakra wo.
Okay.
Nti no kra no Lumba so any whole if you like interest in the property enti no obetimi aka say Lumba e che japade a mo ye before marrying we na wait may use to her advantage.
Okay. Obi so resist some kind of Supreme Court is here to make because very interesting conversation here. Because imagine say young fan said, for instance, I'm giving a typical example. She stated say 2-plot house at North Legon.
Okay.
And for what I know, I think it's a known as some FM station. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But FM station DLFM ewo North Legon ho eben Wisconsin University ho na ewo.
Okay.
E ho no there DLFM which is an FM station also an asset of its own. And a dine so say supposedly me can say na supposedly say na ye dan. Obi say beka say oni Akosua Serwaa ho no mo to sa dan no. Oji say bia ya matrimonial property o mo akwa together. And right now be wala dobroni na o mo e dey be FM station. So now we the quarter next or can say sa property no many na ye inti I'm requesting say for Mamia. How are they going to divide that one into two?
Good. And the honor be substantial contribution.
Okay.
I mean principle. Say over so or no Lumba and a tall property no.
Okay.
And although nearby, you know, or more develop up to 8 current states. Into Dobroni can also claim say and also made certain substantial contribution to the property.
Okay.
And Tianuntino also be to be proven a contribution.
Proving it, then they prove me.
Yes, there are a number of ways. If you are waiting, I can say financial. That's the easiest way. You have financial, bank transfer, whatever. And now, what they say, you give the person, and now the court has been held. Say, what if all that you did as a wife was you cooked, you supported the man? That is also a contribution, right? Okay. And now say it can be there was a little renovation. That Lumba anyhow. Me I'm doing renovation, no. Or when the laborers were working, I was cooking for them from my own coffers. Or at a point, I carried water. So you don't just go and say you contributed. Or say, oh, share a particular contribution of mine.
Okay.
But say the medical can say first wife, no. Eka say, or no, use law to her advantage there. Then you know the upper change and they say, Lumba, I didn't know one there. Yeah. Now, while the auntie won't mean China said the open.
So now, say right now your court. Let's say could be a will say okay, but kind. If you are more kind, Lumba say if you are done our tantra, Fema or Dobroni, near Germany, Fema Ebia way. This year in court, it almost in Mamma 11. Into much and say so far, and so much channel mana. Let's say, Maame Akosua Serwaa from the town where we know. If you are chest properties in a Ebia, you better do. Ne ho no answer maybe first wife ne de no nti ano ye cha e 50-50 ana.
Yes, you see first wife ne de no on say I said a lot of things. First of all, there's a will.
Okay.
And I'll say the kind challenge the properties in the
so now hey, this come back to my question. Say who are the what capacity to challenge a will of a deceased person?
Anybody who has an interest in the deceased person's estate.
Okay.
Now, who has an interest in any of the properties listed in the will?
Mama for cancer, you're in a map. The man cramp below under 18 years.
Every crana Busia Japade, no, they are sharing a woman. Busia to me challenges Sajapade, we are the share. Lumba no need to mean so they share a woman, Tino. Court and ye Sajapade in free, say, and Yanadia. And I wait to grab us on a down for your partnership.
Okay.
And I will bank one day side Japade, and share a woman said they are no quantity. And I down for me challenging, say no. I dare wait there, many Lumba there. And to me, or no quantity in fact. And share a woman in
I'm seeing mafia tactics, but me catch it
because it's a bit complicated. Who say the battle has not ended. Even after the funeral has been done.
I feel crying about it
because there's except some of these issues you can do it out of court. Except the parties need to say.
Abusha planning no your head make sure say but honestly Nigeria. What take his size?
Who knows? Maybe something can happen because there are a lot of legal issues, not only with Lumba's case, but with most wills.
Yeah.
Because you only have to devise your self-acquired properties. Adia one kasa, and now someone you feel free. A toy and a nyanya. And now say adia de chair. Bu hanya wa na oye name. Obi na dey achew na be there.
Into we say me I'm basing on properties on actually say any other ones there. Into emfa say properties we na ye kan say Lumba demand one will more. Into on or demand which means ye chim. Say be a dan what tantra say e be a has e be the other properties be why be went to me and list wa say no try say take all other remaining property because maybe aware say or other properties. And it say ebi obekọ no one who say ani house at tantra will no or the ama ebia odobroni house at maybe adome or the ama sister for still you are twetwe no say ono contest here na say ye the man ne aka no other properties na aka no so because say obetumi a challenge say osanso obi at that time oh yes no ni ninja ware so something
exactly once or any ready up to the last day of Lumba's life ejapade bia Lumba ene eye during the marriage no or interest.
So there he come back to my question say into only the bit my say part 1 part 2 part 1 in sense time of marriage to the time of our second wife
exactly
then she also to be part of since our court is when Jana was something you know from 2000 supposedly say 2010 to the day we and so any other properties she will have a share in it.
Yes, and the thing is she's only challenging the share now Lumba at the Ashana woman because Lumba also has a share.
Share, okay.
To Lumba share na there or home coins or channel said or pay bia.
Instead so chess or bet share the amount.
No, and your pay your Maame Akosua Serwaa bi. Any there.
Oh, okay.
But the Akosua Serwaa can say Emran can say any share na there. Lumba no need to me cry or didn't saka. And this is what check a chair no aka ho there. Or bet me challenge it.
And some of it. Because it's very you guys are enjoying the conversation because it's very educative. Because Lumba sebi we will crampon and then some cry very among for the two young for because this I think they're going to be first time I say I don't know. Lawyer for the be a money case be a BSC because
to be today's this magnitude of popularity it looks like where
so we will not be because property no. So there was one question I wanted to ask. We have assets, fixed assets, tangible assets. We need So imagine so now let me then take you to the V or say 2 plots of land at Aduata in Kumasi. Omoto plot e wo Kumasi. 2 plots of land. Did say be onim so me no the omotoye.
Okay.
Now the time obewara odobo ni no mo could developing properties e wo edan asase ne so a eno no say can say will na say bia or the property need come out odobo ni a can Akosua Serwaa go and challenge that one?
Yes. It's much challenging because in the first place plot na da hono before plot no interest room. Except to say, all that I'm saying is, provided the Lumba and Nasi anye agreement say, acquire separate properties. Our share was asking and son a fee na yes no so say yenya whatever that's your wife no dey. And also so was share was a fee no. Enti Lumba betimi de ne share nko a na ama odobroni. Won't mean fani nyina even wa de ekra no sem fan say Akosua Serwaa ne Lumba aye japade me fan say bia Lumba wa 50% Akosua aye 50%. Lumba ntimi ga say o de Akosua Serwaa de no che no go need to me ene de adada.
Okay.
Don't me ga say o de me amajapade che me. Aha.
It's a 50 no ye cha ankwala ne nka ho nti Lumba 50 ne de be che de man kwala no.
Enkura no de no different. On say ye che japade a yemfa ne say ejapade no ono no be ma no ene na ire no obi a o share wo
okay
to Lumba share na o chane de ohun kwan so che no te de ope at this stage no yemfa enkura ma ejapade che when you are talking about properties between spouses
okay
but enkura no wo interest e wo mo papa ejapade mu at the same time wo interest wo ma ejapade mu
okay
and once they are alive no they say Maame say Lumba na eko but the man de omo tiase omo japade de ne man timi nka se yemeche because they are alive.
Okay.
The Lumba share na e wo japade mu no ye no na se wo che na wa mane bia ye no kra mra na say enkra omo ye dependent mostly and fan below 18 omo na omo timi akoko de say me papa japade no ono na ye na wo de but wa mame substantial a bit mra no echere nto betimi akọ ama court na chama ombi
lawyer Akomea wa ben wa chere say oye mreni ampa o chere ade wa ben we for they always chere nsem because these are questions and what come passing person bisa another one me my background the business kakranti.
Okay,
so imagine said now no let's use the 2 plot of land.
Okay.
Land appreciate and depreciate.
Sure.
And a 2 plot of land and maybe omokotoy no the time or double in a better be a couple of years and so free mono. Oneno. No, let me use this typical example. Ebi omo to property. Ebi a influence ebi asokwa. I mean, I'm not saying that is it too. Ebi a one ne yere, oni odoboni, oni Akosua Serwaa. That time na omo te no. Ekoto dan bi se de dan e ma han. Say man for send be ibenye sika. Enti revenue efi mu ba no. Na sometimes obeche bi de amana se yemfe nsuo na eje japade. Ene bia at some point okofo ba afoforo ene ne try. But through that no, that moment no, or the proceed from that dine or matter no, there could be another property. Be until no say ye cha. Your Maame Akosua Serwaa, for instance, can also have a share in that new property.
So yeah, no. First of all, if you want to go by the facts or the proceeds, and yeah, that's a different angle.
Okay.
Because you know the opposite you say the proceeds na ke na idea. Na ka mo share wo.
Okay.
And no de main sharing na can dey ho no de court. But even apart from going under that line, you can also go on the line say the fact say ya tenancy anka say ya quite separate properties. No dear. Properties now ya na ware no nyina no wo share wo.
Wow.
You understand?
Me a coming quite down better property and come be and drove and go heavy. Na ye report because it's going to be very seriously obi anjam as a person obi ade desire aso.
Yeah, it looks like
did say afi crampo na asem no. And man for part say mostly no I get this message say ebusa penny obi chitie Maame Akosua Serwaa obi ni say na man for to me test so say no ye na bia since and now he has already taken sides. They have two factions now. Say your Maame Akosua Serwaa and the other girl. Right now you could see that he has taken side to support the other girl.
You mean the Ebusa penny?
Ebusa penny, yes. No, okay. You can see. Into no abasa na man focus na you betimi atempa especially so obi na no can say Lumba can say owu a yemfa den kate na ni no man focus. Is there a point where someone or any third party can temper a will to deprive someone?
I mean, to temper a will means that you are changing something in the will.
Can it be done?
Say beer, we no cry beer anyhow. Now we will do signature so. It will be. I mean, it's just like asking say, we bet me a kumnipa and we bet me a bokrono. People can commit crimes. It's possible to do it.
Yeah.
But will the court accept such a tempered will? No.
So which means that Senator can say what will now and so the copy court to court. The person should also go to the court and change the one.
Exactly. And he said, oh, copy will fee na fee the no. Ofo so tena baby sisa. I've heard issues where one say no about 3 pages. One say it is the last page and I yes sign.
Yes sign.
And there be a model page no ate model page na free ho. No call Bobby bia for no the abesha model page no. You understand?
Okay.
If that is what you have, e wo fie. Na akọhwe court de na court de na ntisa. Court de na be dia tum.
No se nimpa no oye wo no fa nkoto court e.
About to court, let's say you who fear and I'm kind of the first thing you have to do is you have to take it to the court.
What if you say oh who will fear now or contemporary the court? I read in free way. So
in that instance, so be what evidence obey me a dance here say ampa wo no say na net here any assisana. Sometimes the content of the will may also raise doubt. There is a will be about anymore. We hear property now. On one paragraph, what chairman was Nipa ABC. The same on another paragraph, as chairman another set of people. Then so it raises questions. Nipa Bakua me wono. My charge apadiano the same property now. I'm 2 different sets of people. So it raises doubt.
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, you be a war a dance here say wo no yasesano. Ne ya nya dance here nso wo no mu a. It will be difficult to prove say no, they got to work and sanity."
Wow. Another contributor said, can you do well in the form of a video?
As the law stands now.
Right now, because of certain amount of me, she's on the on obey them. No, yes, a dana what tantra no, Farmer Kwesi. We know her now. Why any video come out or the court?
As the law stands now, no. And until may mature say, to be at the army, no.
Okay.
May apart from written will no, on the day ye kind will no, achewama will approve say the content are as you instructed your lawyer no. You bet me a video that incident, no.
Okay.
So that in the video, you who say, "Oh, now or lawyer can will like one that when him will sign." That can provide, if like extraneous evidence and power now here. But if all you have is just a video of you making certain pronouncement there, it is going to defeat what the Wolves Act says. Wolves Act says it should be in writing.
Okay.
And in writing, is different from being on a video. There can be instances where ubeye will aye oral, aye friend on death bed gift. Deathbed gift. Deathbed gift. Let's just say, when you are in a situation where you are near death, contemplating death,
okay,
that point, we make a certain pronouncement as to how in the presence of a witness. Now, free move on. That pronouncement, okay.
That's when it is being recorded, but not somebody.
Not recorded per se. Even if it is not recorded and there's a witness who can attest to the fact, so nipa no na obabewono within that time obabewono say no kind say na japade mfama we yes ejetume. Only say it is always difficult to prove. Because betimi aba say onkwa na ho and amoye mienu kura na. So you have to be a court, for instance, so be challenging. You have a very hard task proving say indeed this is what happened. But if you're able to prove, the law accept that is also a form of gifting a property.
Right now, per the court record, and I'm saying Lumba 11. I know Akosua Serwaa 3, the rest of the Boni 6, and other ones beyond the Omoho. But Akosua Serwaa letter to Commander Lumba, no allegedly say, I'm using the word allegedly because court proceedings say 11. But no can say the Mamu year 17. Right now, no, the Mamu year 17, Abia, nobody will name that, but we're free. Don't could be a will say. Indeed, the Mamu year 17, no, or the property be the Akomea, and court record in one can be contested.
No, you can't contest it. On the TSA, no, saying in my year 17. Because on us at the time, I know children were not saying in my year 17. And Abia, you 11 na independent.
Okay.
No, I saw 17 na. So it can even be cross say, or say 11. Abia na, or per se, be who so our ma. Na chino be a pop up or mini.
So what about the other way around?
Yes.
Say record said my 11. At property the money 11, but actually my 17. Next say the other ones no so say Annie. No me papa.
If they are able to prove. To be proved, of course, I know that they will meet a big challenge by the other, children and that's even the other spouse. No? But I want to be proved, now, Lumba and Papa. For instance, I mean, scientifically we can prove. You better take a DNA.
Okay.
Yeah, DNA sample, of course, it is conclusive, sir.
But depending on the with my DNA.
Oh, sir, a friend is saying, Nemano.
Okay.
Nemano, the DNA should match. We now know our banner.
So,
and a nipa na
never have it. Okay.
Never say Lumba, ni nuanom wo ho. They be take a sample of Lumba nuanom. Now take a sample of Lumba ma.
Okay.
Near they are compared the no so basa or no so Lumba ba no. Exactly.
Lawyer.
You know.
We been with word man. Pantova kind lawyer ya adefa o jawusanfo. Lawyer Akomea, managing partner for Akomea and Associates. I tell you, it's been a wonderful and beautiful. When you interview, when you very educational for, especially Maame Akosua Serwaa. There, she watch this video at least. One person, you have a similar issues like that. Me did say, obi asam bisafwa. Need to be we asam bipono. And I'm
Sanity.
Intimidate say this education way. A bit me abo nipa bebre enti so wo na so wo dwen say mo ya japadia is there something mo ya boom together na so be in there separately na of course na say that's a man person from how dream because almost so bo be ma last minute ko fu bi na be shame to say we need to have a change japadia enti this time permit me I believe that we're dealing with issues extensively. I'm just say aboa ye na feel free and drop your comment our comment section I say now if you look at how is actually Maame Akosua Serwaa? No wonder she was still fighting for this because of her bread. born home wedding for Abuejuma. And I always say that not disrespectful to other boy, of course, she has also done well. For you to also stay with a man. Now, I can say those of you are having different factions. You can have your normal support for someone, but don't insult anybody. Don't malign anybody. Don't say anything. You can make your point without insulting anybody. For me, my stance and my support has always been Akosua Serwaa Fosu. If you also support Odoboni, fair enough. It does not mean that I have to speak against you or insult you. He's a lawyer. He has explained the thing as it is. Netiana wa chechiri mu no nti wankasa fa kwa dwundwum na ehun se ene de wo le de se ye chekra ye mama ne anka ye chekra kam kwa kogina ho ba ko tie bi ma ba report say we say this is by any day. So lawyer, your final words to Ghanaians, especially on this issue, because Judy say we a lawyer bia be onim bebre I will deal with such cases fa kwanya we suna to Ghana mayafo na especially member ni deba den se omo yi a se wo muni ho omo achi ebe ye dojo
de bedi kan ne se wo relationship bi ma wa dwe ye o se ya ware a make sure se ebe ya ware de me kan ne se make sure se wa ware no eye de emra na se emra na ware na miensa if you ware to make sure se aye ho ade say court ware make sure se o marriage certificate and na say Muslim are make sure wa ware na valid because PNDC law I can no say a charge apade na ebo surviving spouse aye oba na be ma otiaware ye kan oba be ma otiaware nyempena per se you will be a friend informal marriage by informal marriage no it is difficult to prove into making sure so aware no edimu omramu de toso mienu umpese aban beche ojapade a ana ye de aban mra beche ojapade a wa che mra otiase ene lawyer for nna ana say emra no kran che se chinchina fa lawyer unim ekwan fa so ye no nko ade a ye wo na channel said ye ope na daache obi anko channel said ye ede a oha beba de to so miensa ameka ni na ne say ye making sure say pending pain na no say ye hu ye tibi bi wo social media ne ade a ye verify meaning say issues cause Lumba, there are a lot of information on social media, but don't take everything out of it. Make sure say the whole team no verify who say no correct. Now media and some more report to issues on this matter. Making sure say Uber report to idea what verify. Sometimes we spread fake information and fake news, and it doesn't help. Tijamde bema atiefo adimeyano.
I was for Madam say 1 year time na ma share this exclusive. Mjidi say yes BBF film and those who are having doubts about properties them to me test me. Inti Maame Akosua BCC no Mr. Yes anet. Emran na da ho no. Na mjidi say information we na yet say be ye tribunal aka. It's already in the public domain. E dey court. Case court pen ye twela pe it's a public record. I will be able to me access it. Inti no and I just watch na adwen den. Mjidi say Nyawaka no is very educative just like that.
It's good to educate the public on some of these issues.
All right, lawyer. Pia, bye bye.